So he said to me, it's Māori control of things Māori. And I thought, okay, yeah, that's good. Māori control of things Māori. And what I will be wanting to talk about, I suppose, is that's a good idea, but for what outcome? In the past with wakatu, they have done the very best. And what we have had is individual shareholder dividends. We have this beautiful building. We have a whole lot of things, but maybe in the future, what may it look like? What are the things that we are going to be focusing on? Why do we want to have control of things Māori? What would it look like if you were out there doing this great thing? I think there's some just basic fundamental things. And it's as simple as, do we feel happy? Are we going to look happy? And then I thought, so what does that mean? So I just wrote a list out. We would laugh a lot. I was standing on the corner the other day with my brother and we were laughing, and people going past stopped and laughed too and smiled at us. It's you know, it's something very simple about laughing. We treat each other well. And I'm not saying that we do not do it now, but sometimes we often don't do it as well as we could have. Our relationships are good with our partners. And for those who are lucky enough to have partners, that we keep hold of them. You know, this is experience. We have really good relationships with our children, with our parents, with our kaumātua, with a whole lot of things. We are healthy. Our kaumātua are an integral part of our lives. They're not just there, you know, to take some advice and not listen to, but they actually are contributing parts of our future. We live well. Bills are paid, there's kai on the food with tohu wine on the side. We mirror our happiness in the way that we look. It's we have come full circle as to walking down the street like this, to like this. We look good. Our tamariki are achieving in education, sport and socially with others. Our tamariki can actually talk. You know, Māori people for a long time haven't had the ability until recently to start talking. We've got generations of people who can't communicate properly. We are successful and we are at the top of our game. We are educated and have skills in many areas to support the iwi in areas of our development. We celebrate our achievements in historical events like birthdays, Christmas and matariki. We feel Maori. And what does that mean? I mean, I thought, we know who we are. Our tribal links are strong and we attend our tribal hui. We speak our own language, te reo Māori, as well as others. We acknowledge and follow tikanga. Our tamariki are at kohanga, kura kaupapa, wharekura, whare wānanga, and other educational institutions all over the world to gain as much knowledge as possible and bring it back. Our pai are sufficiently supported by our people. At the moment, this is not right. This isn't, and so that was. I don't know how far in the future. When yous will get to the table and make these changes, this is what it's going to look like. Our marae are well maintained and utilised. We know, perform and celebrate our rituals. Our surroundings are Māori. We are financially richer as individuals, as hapu and as iwi to achieve our aspirations. Our environment is nurtured and cared for. Our people are aware of the impacts that we have on our environment. We have a plan that provides guidance, tikana to ensure our whenua, moana, rangi, awa, huinga hau are sustainable for our future. We happily recycle, turn off cold water taps when we brush our teeth. I have to remember that. And I think every drop of water that I turn off is going to be for my grandson in the future. So, yes, I know it's only basic, but it's really important, I think. We are proud participants of our hapu, our iwi, our community and our nation. We contribute to the overall well-being of our communities. We are on decision-making boards, representing our people's voices, and we do care about each other. Rōpata gave me some information, and some of you might already have heard about this, and this is Joe Williams' speech at the 2006 FOMA. Do you already know that? Have you read that? I just took a little bit out of that because I thought this is quite good. And we may have to rethink the whole idea of benefit. We may have to shift our mindset from organisations designed to maximise individual dividends for shareholders to organisations whose primary role is to protect the ongoing survival of the tribe itself. For example, the generation of income for the maintenance of tribal institutions and tribal life, the strengthening of tribal identity, the provision of opportunities for occupation of whakakainga areas, and more. So there may need to be a little shift about, that where we have here with individual gain into maybe a little bit bigger. And I know that that does still happen, but there may be more need to do that. These will be the real contributions that the trusts and corporations in the future could provide. In other words, you may become traders in cultural capital, as much as financial and real estate capital. They will conceive, fund and run tribal wānanga, urban outreach, school-based joint ventures for tribal culture, iwi and hapu holiday programs, book distribution, projects to mokopuna, and so on. Underlying all of these things, the survival of the tribe, of its heritage, its distinguished language and culture is the point in this game. When I read that, I thought, I like that. I like what it's saying there. And I think I've always liked it. That I've always appreciated all the work that everybody has done in trying to gain us more money and using our assets for that. But ultimately, I would like it if our tribe survives. And maybe in 1,000 years, would our tribes be recognisable? They are now, from 1,000 years ago. And what might we have to do to make sure that that happens? That's all I have to say. It's just short and sweet and very basic. Let's go. Okay. So, thank you for inviting me, Rōpata. It's been an honour to stand before you. It's been an honour also to see your faces. Ngā rangatira moa pupu nō reira. Kanui te mihi. Iai ki ngā kōrero, i ngā whakatauki, he pua waitanga harakeke, he rito whakakingia pāruarua. Ko koutou te tērā. Nā te ngā kau iti, hei te mihi.